conference on the Russian war against Ukraine, which we have prepared together with our Polish colleagues, the host of the session, and the Turkish Foreign Policy Institute. And naturally, we have acted in close touch with our Ukrainian friends. Ambassador Observer-Diplomatik is also here with us to support the event. Let me underscore from the outset that the criminal aggression that Russia has launched against its closest neighbor is the most blatant violation of the fundamental laws, rules, and principles we believe in and uphold. And that is also why we all support Ukraine as a matter of priority for the sake of Ukraine's defense and later recovery, as well as that of our collective security. Our conference of today is but a minor local contribution to the overall efforts at addressing the biggest, gravest war we have faced in Europe in decades. And this is also to contribute to whatever the current Czech presidency of the EU Council is doing in that respect. Among our purposes today is also to highlight the important and very specific role, I should say, but this is the latest acknowledgement of his professional achievements. The Academic of the Year, I think, is the title of the but also prevented him from meeting us and the speakers coming from the capitals yesterday. But I hope that this late night travel of your professor does not take away from your energy and enthusiasm, which we all need from you as our chief conference moderator. But his success, I should say, also depends on active participation and discipline.
Brussels, Stockholm, and Prague, and Kiev, of course. Thank you very much and enjoy the conference.
Ankara Day, sunny, bright, and for the future, shining for all, Europe, all together, and the world. Thank you very much that your attendance today for us very important because it is a diplomatic and academic conference with all these representatives. But what is more important as Foreign Policy Institute, which exists since 1974, the oldest think tank in Turkey, and I have the honor to be the second president of this institute. So we will continue to have our type of organizations like today to inform also the Turkish public as well as international public what is going on here in this country in foreign and domestic politics. To be very short, today we talked about the topic which will cover also the future developments, and all the European representatives here, us, Turkey, but also the ambassador of Ukraine, my dear friend, will address to you soon. We will see how and where Europe is heading beside the other regions around the world. So from this perspective, I'm very thankful to Ambassador from Czech Republic. From the very beginning, we worked very closely. I would say nearly became a family with all this, and also to Polish embassy and diplomats who really contributed a lot that today we organize this wonderful event. And what is more important, I would like to tell you that we will enjoy the discussions and we will have all the Q&A. And I thank you very much for your presence and wish a very successful conference. And now I can hand over to my dear friend, Ukrainian Ambassador Vasil.
Czechia, Polish colleagues, to Institute, which is actually from the first day of war, from 4 o'clock in the morning, I write to our professor, doctor, about the war started. He asked me then, are you fighting back? We said, yes, so that's a war. Yeah, it's more academic one, but it's history already. And it's very symbolic. Oh, that's very good. Nice to see you too. So also very, very grateful that such a high representation from France also present here, from Sweden, Poland, so it's also a big delight for me. really symbolic, not only with the good days, but with the good atmosphere. And the symbolism is also in the sport, because yes, we are fighting, we are suffering, but we feel support of all of your countries, and thanks to that we are surviving up until that time, and not only surviving, but also beating enemy back. And all of the friends stand very strong, and in particular our host country, Turkey, and Timur, we would like to thank you very much for all the assistance Turkish sides grant to Ukraine. In particular, this touching moment which happened yesterday. Yesterday, our guys, which were released from relatives thanks to the assistance of Turkish side, meet their families. So I was literally crying, seeing how they met after half of a year, not seeing them, and then joining their families, and how strong. So these moments are saying that it is worth to fight for the lives, for families, for the future. And thanks to all your support, we will win. I believe in that. And I will not take the floor of Yevhen Perebinis, our Deputy Minister. I will not take a lot of time, but once again, very grateful for organizing this event, and I believe that we will have a successful discussion, very fruitful, and will contribute to the future of Ukrainian victory. Thank you very much.
Present here, and last but not least to my colleagues from the Polish Embassy in Ankara for organizing this event, a very important event for all of us. Let me say a few words how the thinking in Poland developed on the Russian aggression in Ukraine. We cannot come to terms, of course, with this unjustified, unprovoked, vicious aggression violating Ukraine's sovereignty and in territorial integrity, and causing a huge loss of lives, a very heavy burden, illustrated by mass graves, by everyday suffering, terrible.
In the future, Ambassador, you have the floor.
Well, Professor, thank you very much, and thank you, the organizers, first and foremost, for this important event. It's definitely a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here. When I was thinking about what to say this morning, before the war as well, but continuing during the war, the Montreux Convention, again underlining the importance of adhering to international law, because of course what we're looking at is an act that runs completely counter to international law and every established practice. But what we have to do in response is to uphold international law, is to follow international law, because of course two wrongs don't make a right. In terms of complementarity, I want to stress, of course, that there is no one size